It's your favorite YouTube dealer. I appreciate you guys for stopping in. I am a week late on this, but you know we got to dive in because I love to have conversations and I love to make people upset. And most of the people in half these videos get upset with me because I don't just jump to one side or the other. And so then everyone's just like, yo, I hate you. And then I'll say something that they like and they like me and then they hate me again by the end of the video. I just feel like it's a roller coaster ride and I enjoy it. So this one is called Pray for the Left. So you know we got shit to talk about. Lock in. It's probably gonna be like a 20-minute video. Maybe. Who knows? But maybe not, to be honest with you. But let's dive in. Let's find out. Let's see what's happening.
They always said that Charlie Kirk was a Nazi, then they celebrated after they killed him. They tried to tell us that Black Lives Matter and that white people have always been villains.
Yeah, I like how he makes a nice little friendly melody around this and then he just throws in these lyrics. Yo, I personally, because I used to do some reactions to Charlie Kirk videos. I enjoyed Charlie Kirk, and I feel like it's a shame that that happened. I didn't always agree with everything that he said, but again, see, for me, I don't know. I guess like I'm just weird. I don't know. I just look at things like if there's certain topics, it brings about discussions, and I like to have those discussions because that's where we get a better understanding of things and more information comes forward, and then we learn where people are at. I see when I say I don't like politics, I think that people get the idea that I don't care to look into or understand things that are going on in my country, and so I must be a failed adult because it's like, well, how do you not care about politics? It's like, no, but if you look up the definition of politics, part of the definition is that it's literally a debate between two sides for one to determine who's going to be in power. I don't agree with that. So yes, I don't fuck with politics. I fuck with topics that matter and having discussions around them, but I'm not here to debate and try to find who's going to get power. That doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is what makes sense. And I feel like that is what's missing in every single conversation. And it's more so the debate for who's going to be right or who's going to be on top. It's just so odd to me. And so that's where I feel like I don't fit in with majority of this shit. And I don't get it. But hey, you know, to each their own, I guess.
Then they celebrated after they killed him. They tried to tell us that Black Lives Matter and that white people have always been villains. They burning flags in the streets and they scream at police, taking illegals to prison.
By the way, the reason why white people get a bad rap is because of people in my chat like Lewis. So you guys can come into my chat sometime, twitch.tv/DuaneTV, link at the top of the description. Make sure Lewis knows that he's fucking up for the rest of you guys. You know what I'm saying? I see you, Lewis. We got you. Okay. This is the time. All right. People are they're gonna come in here and let you know. I'm just saying. Listen, this is so random. I'm so sorry. I'm live right now. We just be having some fun and shit like that. But you guys should come in too.
They got rainbows on their bedroom walls, and they swear to God that men can be women. They're scrolling through their TikToks to get the news. They heard that Trump's a fascist. They swear it's true. They set fire to Minnesota. We smell the fumes. They say that guns are dangerous. Guess they're the proof. They'll shoot that red hat off your head, then make a meme of your last breath. Cause you're not like them, so they want you dead. But we'll still pray for the left. They'll say that they're hurt by things we said.
Yo, it's so crazy because it's like, listen, there's wild people on both sides. Let's not act like there's not. There are wild people on the right. There's wild people on the left. But I will, like my own experience as somebody who, again, I just try to have logical conversations. I try to talk about what makes sense. I don't try to align either way. I don't look at people because of where they align. I just look at it based on what we're talking about, right? And I feel like there's so many times where if I even try to have a conversation and shit like that, if I'm being honest, unfortunately, it does. I do feel like I get attacked more from one side over the other. And what gets me though is that when I'm in these threads, it seems like people will attack you for asking a question where I'm trying to gain more information. I've been attacked on Twitter because I don't fully understand something. And so I kind of will present something. I'm not being negative. I'm not calling names. I'm not saying they're wrong. I'm genuinely just trying to understand something better. And it's like, because I want to understand it better and I don't just believe them, they immediately look at me like I'm a bad person and I'm on the wrong side. And that actually bothers me. And I feel like, and it's not even because I'm trying to throw shade at one side over the other, but it just bothers me because I feel like that's part of the problem is like when you want, like, I just feel like the way I look at it is like, if I want somebody to agree with what I'm saying, I'm not going to be aggressive with you. I'm not going to call you names. I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to be friendly with you. and I'm going to educate you or give you more information because I feel like maybe you don't know something that I know, and that's why you're on the fence, or that's why you feel like the other side makes more sense. But if I could present this to you and show you, this information and be nice to you, then you're going to be more open to receiving that information and potentially being open to what I'm trying to explain to you and be like, wait, that actually does make sense. But if I just go at you and I attack you immediately because I feel like there's a chance you're not on my side, or you're questioning and you're unsure, and so I immediately want to call you a name or like disrespect you, I can't expect that this person is now ever going to look at any information I give them and come to any conclusion that's going to bring them over to my side. I have now burned that bridge. And so that's why and this is from either side attacking the other side, like you're ensuring that they're never going to look at your side with any type of care to understand. And I think that that's kind of where we're at right now. And that's why it's so strongly the left versus the right. And everyone's going to war over shit because there's been so much shit hurled back and forth that it's like, even if the other side makes sense, there's so many people that are unwilling to go to that side because of the fact that they've already just made enemies of each other. So this is beyond like sensical conversation. It's more so, I don't like you. And so I don't care if you might be right about this or if you can present me information. And like I said, again, this goes for both sides. And it's just like a hate filled, like, I don't, you know what I'm saying? It's like if you're at school and there's two people that are like, they don't like each other for like whatever reason, like no matter what, they're going to find a reason to continue to dislike each other. Like even if there's a bridge that could bring them together on a topic, they're going to find a reason that doesn't make sense because of the fact that they just don't want to associate with that other person. And so I just feel like we've gone down a wildly long path of that, and I don't know how you ever recover from it. That's just my opinion, though.
They say we deserve it when we're dead.
Yo, my man said, say on Duane, he said Donald Trump fans kiss each other and that Obama was a virgin. Yo.
They say we deserve it when we're dead. When we're shot in the neck with our last breath, we'll still pray for the left, praying for the left. They keep saying that ICE are the Nazis, so they're buying guns and tracking positions. Go tell the parents of the kids who were killed. Illegal immigrants are really the victims. They say America
this is
ain't
a tough
safe
topic.
if you're black or trans or gay. I think it's way more dangerous to be a Christian.
All right, this might be the most everyone's gonna hate me topic ever. Because this is like the hot topic right now, and there is no middle ground. Nobody will even bat an eye at the middle ground, and this is why I didn't want to do this video probably because I knew this was gonna come up. Where it's like, because there is no conversation around it. It's just, where do you fall? Do you hate ICE or do you like ICE? I don't like any of it. And I'm not saying that picks a side. I don't like any of it. The sides that I think, and this could be crazy. And I to be honest with you, I've not looked much into it because my life has been very busy lately. Okay. But I do plan on maybe understanding a little more. My thought process is this, and I'm not going to talk about any specific situations that happened because I need to watch the footage and all that kind of stuff. So I'm not giving opinions on any of that. But my thought process has always been this. I can understand people getting removed who are here illegally because you're here illegally, especially if you are somebody who has committed a violent crime. I don't think there's anybody on either side that would agree with a violent person who's here illegally not being here. I would assume, I don't know, but I would assume that at least on that, we all could probably agree, right? Now, as far as somebody who's not violent, who maybe came here illegally, but has been here a long time and they've been working, they've been actually paying taxes, because you can still do that and all these other things, I think that becomes more of a gray area. Because as far as my knowledge goes, the system of the process to get here is not the easiest. And so some people, unfortunately, are not able to complete it. I don't know. I need to look more into this. But if that is the case, I can understand to an extent of being like, I want to go and better my life, and I can't get through this process because it's so convoluted, but I have no ill intentions. I just want something better. As a human, I'm on team people, man. I understand that. So it's like in my mind, I get where people are like, but it's still illegal. You've got to go through the process. I do get that. But then I feel like maybe we need to make the process make more sense and make it more streamlined or easier for the people that genuinely can come and contribute to society. Like, I don't think that that's bad. I mean, at the end of the day, especially when it comes to America, I can't speak for every other country because every other country is not America. America is very different in the sense that we have always been the melting pot. This country is built on like where I live. There's like a Irish community. There's the Little Italy community. There's the right. It's a mix of people, and that's what made it amazing. So I don't think that we need to get away from that. I think that that's perfectly fine. I do just think that we need to figure out a better way of doing it. And that is just at the end of the day the problem. And so now we're in this weird convoluted state where we have people just it's going crazy. You have people getting killed over shit. You have people getting ripped away that, and at times are there people that deserve to be ripped away? Yes, like I said, violent people, people that don't belong here. I get that. But then there's also times where people that don't deserve it are. So I think that that's the thing is like it's not all bad, it's not all good. It's again, just like everything else in life, there's a lot of gray area middle ground and because of the convolution of and because of the fact that lives are being lost, you can't really have I get where the conversation doesn't always make sense to people because they're like there's no time for that. We're at a point where lives are being ruined and lost. And so at that point I don't have the answer. I'm not intelligent enough to be like, "Yo, I've got the answer on the spot." Like I just don't. Do I think I think I could help come with a better idea than people are doing now over time for sure. But on the spot, as I'm creating content, I'm not him. Like I'm not him. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend I am. That's just my off the cuff opinion on it. But again, I always have an open mind. So I'm open to getting more information and feel, oh, okay, that makes more sense. That overrides what I thought here or what I said that. Like I'm always open to that. And that's where I feel like when people come in, and let's just say I post this video on YouTube, which I will, and I get crazy comments from some people attacking me, whether it's one side or the other. I'm not saying that I'm gonna go to one side just because someone's attacked me, but you are taking away my want to even hear you out and see your information anymore because you now attacked me. Whereas if you just come to me with the information, I'm open and willing to read it and understand it and move in what direction makes more sense to me. I'm always open to that. And I think that a lot of people would be, and that's why I feel like people can't just attack people. That's why you've got to just try to have the conversation. And then sometimes at the end of it, you guys don't agree. But I think that leaving off without creating a negative environment between you and that other person leaves the open opportunity for them to in hindsight look back and be like, you know what, that maybe that person was right. Like just because you didn't change their mind right in the moment doesn't mean in 3 days they might not still think about that conversation when something else comes up and that might sit with them. But if you guys attack each other and call names, all they're thinking is F that person, this is why I'm over here. That's what they're thinking, I promise you. So it's just like I just feel like we've got to find a better way of moving forward with this. And it just sucks because I just feel like I'm just sitting here just watch it all play out, and I'm just like, damn, bro, this is so shitty. Like we all could, I feel like, find a middle ground that makes sense, and we're not always gonna all agree on everything, but I think that more of us can come together than aren't, if that makes sense, I guess.
Y'all started acting different back when Anthony Fauci made you keep the ones you love at a distance. Just scrolling through their TikToks.
Don't even get me started on that shit.
They say that Trump is Hitler. They're mad they missed. They think that how they feel is how it is. And conservatives are evil. We shouldn't live. They'll shoot that red hat off your head. Then make a meme of your last breath. Cause you're not like them, so they want you dead. But we'll still pray for the left. They'll say that they're hurt by things we said. Then say we deserve it when we're dead. When we're shot in the neck with our last breath, we'll still pray for the left. Scratching swastikas and Teslas ain't gon' change a thing. You can burn our cities down, but we'll just make them great again. Oh, they hate us cause they say that we are full of hate.
Tom be getting mad as shit though because he's a Canadian who moved to America. But the way he be making these songs and shit, you're like, yo, this dude was born and bred here. But that's just not the case. And yeah, it is what it is though. If you come here, you love America, you love America. But yeah, I already know I'm going to get so much shit in the comments. I just want to make it clear again. Like, I'm not talking on any of the specific cases that happened regarding ICE and all that situation because it's different than my overall general opinion because each situation that happened, I'm more so looking at those specific ICE officers, that specific case, the people involved in that specific realm. You know what I'm saying? Like that, at least that's how I do it. But I'm just, when I speak on it and what we just talked about, that's the general overall picture that I guess I would say. because it's just like I said, this is something where it's like it's not. I can't talk about this all in a music video reaction. Like this is some shit where I'd have to make like a 45-minute long video that I really made 2 hours long and cut down to 45. You know what I'm saying, to get my point across and like fully be able to explain and dive into different topics, and if not hours long. To be
Just swastikas and Teslas ain't gonna change a thing. You can burn our cities down, but we'll just make them great again. Oh, they hate us cause they say that we are full of hate. They wanna kill all the police trying to keep them safe. They'll shoot that badge of yours right off your chest. They want a civil war. Pray for the left.
See, that is yo. Listen, I like doing time reactions because it brings up conversations. But I'm gonna be honest with you, and this is gonna get me even more shit, especially from his fan. But like, this is unfortunately, I'm gonna be honest. Like, this is also a part of the problem, though. Like, because it's not everybody, right? Like, I know people in my real life that align with the left, and they're not a part of this convolution that is being mentioned in this song that's labeling the entire left. But a lot of people are going to watch this song, and that's what they're going to get on board with, that thought process, like, yo, yeah, it's the left. And then the left does the same thing with the right, and it goes back and forth instead of acknowledging that there are a lot of crazy people, but overall there's still some people that are involved in this, and we can come to an agree, we can get to a better place. But when you say shit like this, like, yo, they want a civil war, we'll pray for them, loading guns up and stuff, like, I'm telling you, as much as maybe he may not mean it in that crazy of a way, there's going to be people listening to this song that are like, it's right, I got my gun here, I'll shoot a mother. Like, that's a real thing. We've got to be aware of this shit. I'm just be honest with you, love the dude, and I love the Hangover, all that shit. Y'all are dope, but you gotta, don't be mad at me for speaking. Like, I'm always gonna be honest, like or not. I'm always gonna be honest. I can't help it. That to me is dangerous. That's a dangerous game to play.
On a civil war.
When you have power like this, and you have influence like this, you've got to be very careful.
Shoot that red hat off your head, then make a meme of your last breath. Cause you're not like them, so they want you dead, but we'll still pray for the left. They'll say that they're hurt by things we said.
But the overall premise of the song I do like, because he's saying these things that he, oh, they'll do this, they'll do that, but you know what? We still pray for them. And so I think that is the good mentality, right? Because I think at the end of the day, if you want there to be change, like, it's better to be nice than to be, I get it. But I'm not saying that there's not points in time, especially in history, where it's shown that you kind of have to take things to another level. That does happen. But for the most part, I feel like this is not what we need. Because I guarantee you there's countries out there that do not like the US, and they're watching and they're like, yo, can't wait for them to go to war within themselves, because that's going to be their opportunity. Okay? Like every other fucking major thing in life, everything falls eventually. This could be our moment. We don't even see coming. We've got to be careful. We can handle this in a better way. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
When we're dead, when we're shot in the neck with our last breath, we'll still pray for the left, praying for the left.
Like, even though it is kind of meant, like, the whole praying for the left, it's meant to piss off people on the left, right? Like, well, we're still praying for you. It's that passive aggressiveness. But in all reality, though, like, I do think that being, it's just the better approach. It just is, like, and you can see it on a regular basis, right? Like, if you get in an argument with somebody and you guys are yelling names at each other back and forth, it doesn't mean that they may not call you and apologize later, or you guys can make up for it. But sometimes that ends up being the end of a friendship, right? Or a relationship or whatever. But if one person is mad and say they're getting at you, but you're acting extremely nice, you're not being passive aggressive on purpose or sarcastic, you're genuinely trying to just calm the situation, and then, apologize. Hey, listen, maybe have some time. There's a way bigger chance that person, when they calm down, is going to be like, damn, I was so mean. I was a dickhead to that person, and they were really nice to me, and they're way more likely to apologize and be more understanding of, right? And so I feel like that goes with the same when it comes to this. Like, certain topics I get are very strong, and there's things that people aren't going to bend on, but there's a way more chance, a bigger chance, that you're going to have that opening for conversation if you allow there to be that opening for conversation. Don't burn that bridge. Don't try to create an enemy. The whole point of this whole debating, right, and trying to tell the other, the sides going at each other, is because they're trying to show the other side what they think is the truth, right? And so the best way to do that is not to call names and make enemies. It's to make allies. Like, you've got to try to, I don't know. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Who the hell knows? But this should be a fun video to look at the comments on. I can tell you that much. Appreciate you guys. Take it easy. Stay safe. Stop in the live streams. We could have these conversations live. I'm just saying. Twitch.tv/DuaneTV. Link at the top of the description.